This is Comics Tuesday, and today we're going to be talking about character stasis in comic books. And basically what I'm talking about here is the methods you use to keep a character just the way that they're easily recognized. For example, Superman. Clark Kent is Superman. He works at the Daily Planet. He dates Lois Lane. Everyone knows that. It's easily recognizable. So when you have comic books being printed every month, the story going on and on and on, it's kind of easy to have it kind of drift away, and suddenly Superman's changed jobs and powers and girlfriends, and how do you know that it's Superman? So there's all sorts of ways that they try and prevent that from drifting too far. And I think the real challenge of that is trying to keep a character progressing and changing in ways that are okay, that don't mess with their core, while at the same time not having them become radically different. And unfortunately, that's a task that I think is way too easily messed up. That sometimes they'll take it too far and they'll undo a lot of the character's history, or just hold them back and not let them have any development whatsoever. So I'm going to give you kind of a few examples of characters I think have been really messed up and have suffered a lot because of their character stasis being mishandled. First off, we got Batman. Alright, in Batman, I want you to imagine what they did to him with the New 52. Alright? In DC's new continuity, superheroing as a thing basically started 5 years ago. And Batman has been printed from the late 30s to present day. Alright? And so when they say that most of Batman's continuity still happened, imagine cramming all those years down into just a 5-year period. It's just as ridiculous as it sounds. So you have, in this 5 years, Batman, he's had about 5 different teenage sidekicks, one of which was killed and came back to life. He's made a couple dozen enemies. He's teamed up with the Justice League. He's fathered his 10-year-old bat son. He's had his back broken. He's died and come back to life. So pretty much Bruce Wayne's a very busy boy. Alright, next up is the Flash. And the Flash, of course, is Jay Garrick. The other Jay Garrick. Actually, the Flash was Jay Garrick, but until Barry Allen took over as the second Flash. Or maybe Jay Garrick was never the Flash in the main universe and he's from an alternate world. Right, so Barry Allen was the first Flash until he died and was replaced with Wally West. And then when Wally died, he was replaced with Bart Allen. When Bart Allen died, Wally West and Barry Allen came back as the Flash. Until the New 52 happened, now Barry's the only Flash there's ever been. So, DC, make up your mind. I love the Flash. I'll gladly read the Flash. But I gotta have some consistency here. Alright, and you also have Spider-Man. Alright? Spider-Man was married to Mary Jane for years, something like 20, 30 years real time. So even in continuity, that's coming up on a decade. So all of a sudden, for whatever reasons are motivating these people, Peter is trying to save his Aunt May in One More Day and Brand New Day. And so he makes a deal with the devil, and I'm serious here, he makes a deal with the devil that gets rid of his marriage, makes it so that no one knows his secret identity, and his aunt lives. This happens, and their position, again, is that the majority of Spider-Man's continuity still happened. Okay, so now I'm confused. What events was Mary Jane there for? Which ones was she not there for? If no one knows his secret identity, did he still live in Stark Tower with Iron Man? Did he take Mary Jane and Aunt May with him? If he did, why did Aunt May think they were living with Iron Man? Did she just not ask questions about that? And Spider-Man's other powers, from the spider god entity, the other, that he took in, he got extra powers from that. He had organic webbing and night vision and stuff. And then all of a sudden, after the devil thing, he doesn't anymore. So, did he have it and lose it? Did he never have it? I don't know. And no one tells me. And it's because it doesn't make any sense. And it was a bad move. Alright, so there you have it. It can go really, really bad. But then at the same time, it's kind of a necessary thing. So, here's what I think. I think that there's a right way to do it. And so personally, if I was going to do it, for my example, I'm going to use Spider-Man, because I know Spider-Man. Spider-Man is recognizable, right? Spider-Man is known for being this teenage nerdy kid who got bitten by a spider, developed superpowers, and he goes out and he's Spider-Man, and all the while he's taking pictures of himself and selling it to the newspaper. Pretty much anyone knows that version of Spider-Man. So, what do? He's gone on for years and years. At no point in time would I want to take it back and make him childish and inexperienced again. It's insulting to the reader, because I've been around for years reading Spider-Man. I want everything that I've read to still have happened and still matter. So here's how you do it. Spider-Man got married to Mary Jane. That happened. Leave it. Once he's moved on and isn't taking pictures for the newspaper, leave it. It happened. And, my God, don't have him acting like some dumb kid again. If you've got to write that story, use some other character. Or have like kind of a flashback to when Spider-Man actually was some teenage kid. You can still do that. So the character can change. A character can change. They can still be who they are. It's just got to be a natural progression. And another example, Iron Man. If you know Iron Man's origin story, he was held hostage by someone and forced to make a weapon. He instead makes his armor. Who he was kidnapped by, it changes to keep him the right age, right? Because he's involved in whatever war makes him the right age that they want Iron Man to be at. So all they do is they'll have Iron Man reminisce, think back to how he got started. And you know what? If this version that I'm reading that came out just now differs from the one from 30 years ago, I'm okay with that, because I know what they're doing, but I feel like I can trust Iron Man's recollection of what happened to him personally. He was there. It's okay. I think that's a perfectly acceptable, natural way to do things. The only real big exception I see to that is DC should do things differently. DC is known for changing their whole world and their universe around. And I don't think that the new 52's worked out so well. It's made a lot of confusing situations. And look, I don't care if there's an explanation for every bit of it. Because if you're going to wreck something and then patch it up with explanation after explanation for this and that little thing, then why did you mess with it? Just leave it like it was, or redo it. So, when it comes to DC, I think they should just, every decade or two, have a crisis, and take away all their continuity, and start fresh. Because then I'll know what happened. I'll know that the Flash I've been reading for 10 years happened just the way I read it. I'll know that Superman's just the way I read Superman. And I can move on and read whatever new things they have. But however you're going to do it, one basic rule applies. You got to respect your reader. A bad story is a bad story, no matter what you do. So if you're going to change things around, you got to do it gently. You got to write a good story to do it, and it's got to make sense. But that's just about it for this week. So I got the viewer question, which is, Which superhero team do you think is the best? For my answer, I say X-Men. Because X-Men can draw their roster from so many different places. You know, they have, in the past, one, now two different schools that they can draw this and that person with different powers and different experience from. So I find that really interesting. Which superhero team's the best? Leave your answer in the comments section down below. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel. Come back next week, and next time on Comics Tuesday, how do you make room in your comics collection to fit your giant-sized man thing? Thanks for watching.